Hello, my great people of Biafra. Welcome to this wonderful interaction section. If you are just joining us, please share this video, give it a like, invite your friends. But before we proceed, I always like us to listen to the prayer of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before we start this program fully.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. Until Biafra is restored, because Sh0Cker The Unbr is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ime na Sh0Cker The Unbr na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ekpere ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe enye anyị ndụ ala nkiri ndụ were n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma ma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye na Chineke na ihe ndị kwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọ bụ ebe niile dị iche iche onye na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụla anyị a na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi nara ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi.
Ise, 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 ise. I welcome everybody into this platform. Happy weekend to you all. Anywhere you are watching this program from, may God Almighty bless you. Please share this program, invite your friends and family, because today is going to be hot. We are going to be discussing. Please, I want people to call in. I want people to call in, not when you stay by the side. Now, some people are asking me, please, can you explain this? I am bringing this topic here now for everybody to call in and contribute, because this thing is causing a lot of confusion in this Biafra struggle. So I want you to call in to contribute and tell us what you think. But before I do that, let me welcome people. Chukwuma Okoye, welcome. Chukwuma, it has been a long time. I hope you are doing well. Jasper Miller, welcome. Why welcome. Chuk Survivor, welcome. My beloved brother, Van Maxwell, welcome to this program. Who is this? Welcome, Swab Boy, welcome. So today we are going to be discussing this issue. Please, I want everybody to call in, because ever since this thing has been trending, I was keeping quiet, thinking that the thing, they would just use their sense and settle it, but they are still making this mistake. We are already in confusion. There is confusion in this Biafra struggle now. Very big confusion. We don't need more confusion. So the news I had yesterday, it was unverified news. I call it unverified news because it doesn't make sense. Where Nnamdi Kanu, U.S. lawyer, was advising Barrister Ejiofor to resign. Well, we are going to discuss this here. Another issue, this issue now that I'm talking about, is giving me troubles, it's causing a lot of confusion, and I think it's high time we stop it, then move forward. Is this issue of Idu Biafra. I don't know where that one come from. We have not even finished with the Biafra that we are talking about. They are taking us to Idu Ngege Dubai Okumo. I don't know more about it. I don't believe in Idu Biafra. I believe in Biafra, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and everybody now is claiming that they are working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are supporting somebody, you should follow the lay down step that the person is following. Not you are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the same time creating confusion. We are having problem with two people now. Now another one has surfaced. Another thing we are going to be looking into, please, this is an interaction section. I want everybody to call in. Don't stay in the comment section and be asking me. Except if you are in Nigeria, you don't have access to network, you can type your question in the comment section, then I will help you to read it. But if you're in the Western world where you have access to internet, please endeavor to call in. We want to hear your opinion. We want to hear your contribution. We're supposed to be moving forward, but before you sleep and wake up, you will hear another one. So I read in the news also that David Umaya, that is the governor of Boy State, he said that he is dialoguing with Buhari to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the next thing we are going to be talking about is the ultimatum that have been given to Nigerian military in Biafra land to leave Biafra land on the 15th of this month. Then the last but not the least is the civil disobedience and the enforcement of this civil disobedience. So I'm going to open up the line now. If you want to call in to contribute, you click on this line, it will bring you in. If you want to show your face, you use the camera. If you don't want to show your face, you mute it. So from what I'm saying, the first one is unverified information, and I consider it as a false news because I don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted lawyer Barrister Ejiofor will be asked to resign, or but from the write-up I read, it was just like an advice. And when I was reading it, I understood it. Maybe I can read it so that you people will understand. From the write-up, I saw it as an advice that Bruce Finn was advising Barrister Ejiofor. And this news is coming from Sahara Reporter. I don't understand Sh0Cker, or what are they calling them? Every day when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have court case, he will appear claiming that he is showing solidarity to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But whenever something that will cause confusion, something that will destroy the struggle of Biafra comes out, it is his platform that will be the one to publicize it. If you are against me, if you are against somebody, you come out full, not behaving like chameleon. Some people are saying that he's not the one managing it. He's not the one managing. Just like this, my platform now is whoever that I give access to this platform, whoever that I want to speak, I want the person to speak. If you call in now, I don't want to bring you in. I can never bring you in. Whatever I want to post here, that is what I will post. I can give access to somebody that I want. So if you say that he is not the one that is managing it, but is he not reading it? If you claim you love this person, your friend, you see a publication in your platform, they use your publication to be writing nonsense about your friend, what should you do? You call them to order. Every time these people will be creating confusion. Look at the news now. Let me read it. My brother Sh0Cker Survivor, I'm seeing you. Please let me read this news. They said, breaking. Nnamdi Kanu's American lawyer Bruce Finn asked Ejiofor to withdraw from IPOB leaders legal team immediately. In the letter obtained by Sahara Reporter, Finn noted that Ejiofor was not eligible to defend Kanu against the Nigerian government's amended charges in the court, citing a pending lawsuit instituted by a businessman against Ejiofor over an alleged fraud of 5.6 million. Bruce Finn, the American lawyer of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has written to Ifeanyi Ejiofor, a member of Kanu's legal team, urging him to immediately refrain from representing the agitator. In the letter obtained by Sahara Reporter, Finn noted that Ejiofor was not eligible to defend Kanu against the Nigerian government's amended charges in the court, citing a pending lawsuit instituted by a businessman against Ejiofor over an alleged fraud of 5 And Fen pointed out that Ejiofor had a case to answer and that the allegation was not concurred by the Nigerian government to prompt his representation of Nnamdi Kanu. The American lawyer therefore urged Ejiofor to immediately withdraw from Kanu's legal team. The letter reads, "How can you be blind to what all the world can see and understand? According to the public record, you have a bilateral conflict of interest in representing Nnamdi Kanu to defend against the federal government of Nigeria amended charges in the Federal Court of Nigeria, Abuja Judicial Division." So the write-up is too much. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Bruce Finn, wrote. I saw this thing yesterday. I was shocked. I said, we have 4 confusions now. Very serious confusion that if we do not handle it very well, is going to render all the effort Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid, useless. We are talking now from DOS. We have autopilot now. From autopilot now, they are now carrying us again to Idu. From Idu again, this American Bruce Wayne have already created another problem. Now, my people, you are watching me, you are listening. I believe everybody is hearing me sound and clear. How are we going to fix this? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should abandon Biafra agitation today, are you going to blame him? He have done his own part. He pushed this thing to the wall. He just left for us to finish the work, but we cannot organize ourselves. Now, the people that are seeing themselves as a Idu nation now, they believe or they think that Biafra is just for the Igbos. They think that Biafra, they claim that Biafra is coming from the, Idu is coming from the coastal region. Whenever you hear them, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have fixed this, they want to scatter every of his effort. So I'm going to be bringing 2 of my wonderful brothers in the person of Sh0Cker Survivor and my my most respected brother in the name of Van Maxwell. You are going to be hearing from them. So I'm bringing 2 of you at the same time. Sh0Cker Survivor, you are welcome to the program. My brother, you are welcome to the program. So the floor is yours now.
Who will go first? Mazi Sh0Cker, so?
You can go first.
Okay, let me speak. Thank you very much, Sister Linda, and good afternoon from Accra, Ghana. Good afternoon also to my brother Sh0Cker. You look like a military policeman with the red cap.
So
With the red beret. You see, let me speak on this particular issue. Like I said last week, unity is something that it is not difficult to get. Unity is something that is so precious as well, to unite people and get people do the right thing in order to prevent enemy infiltrating into the ranks of these people. I believe that if you I am a believer of the word of God, and I believe some of the pastors and the prophets that I have heard in the past make such the prediction of what is happening today in IPOB. I listened to a man of God that I don't want to mention his name here, that said, I think about 6 months ago or thereabout, or even more than that there is going to be a hijack. There will be total problem within the ranks and file of IPOB. He said it. In fact, that time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was not, illegally kidnapped or renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. He said this. He mentioned this. He said it, that IPOB, whosoever that might be, any concerned IPOB, and especially those that are the helm of affairs of IPOB, should watch what they do. Is it not manifesting today?
Are we going to allow the prophecy to fulfill? In fact, the Bible did not rule out fulfillment of prophecies, but God cursed that particular person in whose hands that prophecy will come to pass. What is happening to IPOB? We sit over here. So many of my friends are outside Africa. When I speak to, and there are so many of them in Nigeria as well, I speak to. My father is a Ghanaian. If there is something that I can do, I will say, let me just sit down, my whole body down here in Ghana and enjoy, what God has given to us. We are managing here, and let me just, keep away from, the struggle in Nigeria. No, I cannot do that because the blood of Biafra runs in me as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I have seen the system that has been so, intimidating, so cruel to the people of Nigeria, not just the Biafrans alone, unleashing its, venoms on the people. So I said, no, I can't. You see, but for people, what is it that is happening that cannot be resolved, my people?
I don't
Sister
know. I don't
Linda,
know. I don't know.
Sister
I don't know
Linda,
what. I
Brother
don't know.
Chooks,
I don't
what
know.
is the problem? Is Satan doing overdose on our people? Is Satan using our people to destroy themselves? If you look, just go and say, I have been in so many platforms. And if you see how they ridicule, IPOB, the autopilot, the DOS, and so on and so forth, I shudder to say, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because it is a man that went into the bush, harvested ants infested firewood, brought it in the house, that called dinner in his house. Is it because Mazen Namdekano was illegally? What even led? A man of Mazen Namdekano, the world has recognized him as a political prisoner, traveling to Kenya, and there were no security around him. There was nobody around him that can at least raise a voice and challenge anybody like we normally do when we are, escorting our bosses during my active time in the military. You dare come very close to us. You dare not. What was happening? Which means the IPOB security unit around Mazen Namdekan was porous. They never knew what was going on. At
I
least IPOB could have paid for 2, 3 security, Biafran security people around him. They might not carry weapons, but they will be properly
or
trained.
even raise alarm. Raise alarm. They should have raised
Properly
alarm.
trained. They just captured our leader as if the way they enter into a bed nest and just take a stricate, the chick from the mother. What is happening? What is happening to us?
My brother, let me tell you something before. Let me just chip in something before you start. When you are working with, I don't know, this animal that calls chameleon. When you
Yes.
work with chameleon, your life is not safe. When you work with chameleon, they can change at any time. This thing that happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I wouldn't say to him it will be an accident, but to the organizers of it, it's not an accident because I can tell you that everything is well planned. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not an ordinary person that they can just kidnap openly and take him. It was planned. It was planned, and they make sure that they executed their plan. So everything that happened, that is why they said there is one Igbo adage that say, oke nọ na ngịga gwara oke nọ n'ụlọ gwara oke nọ n'ama na enwere anụ. So everything is planned. The only person that wasn't aware of everything is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why he falls a victim to it.
Thank you, my sister. You see, the only thing I will conclude in this, no matter how bad it is, the only thing I will conclude by saying what the Bible said. I cannot remember. I know most of this, Bible quotation, but I cannot pinpoint the verse and the book where it is. All things work it for good to them that love God, be it evil or good.
That is in the book of
Anybody,
Romans.
Good. Anybody that is using this, oh, let me do this so that this, at the end of it all, it is going to be a blessing to the people of Biafra. And as long as I told you the other time that yes, we cannot see. There are people like me, I cannot see beyond my nose, but I feel some certain energy around me. I see a egg around that man. That man you call Mazina, it's not just an ordinary Mazina, the Kano. There are some people by this time they will be, psychologically broken and they will be singing a different song. But based on what the lead lawyers, the lawyers have been saying, those that are visiting, that had the opportunity to visit him, our leader, Mazen Nandekan, is in high spirit. And I don't want anybody to even think of, oh, how is he doing? How is this? How is that? Do your own job. Do what you're supposed to do and leave the rest. Mazen Namde, God has taken care of Mazen Namdekan. That God that gave him that yam in the thick forest will give him the spade or stick in that same thick forest to dig that yam out. So I don't want to do so much. My concern is our people back home, those that are bearing the brunt of the sabotage and the name callings of our people at home, our sisters, our brothers. These are the people that I am so much concerned about. Now, coming to this issue of Bruce friend, brother Geoffrey, look, I read, is it in one what Mike Geoffrey said, that there was an injunction on that case. If there was an injunction on that case in favor of Geoffrey, then why is Bruce Friend raising the issue right now at this point in time?
I don't know.
Good. So, and I will not blame. Let nobody blame Sahara because they are doing their work. They are online media, this company that they. So any news that come out, they will pick it up. So we shouldn't blame them. But who are we going to blame now? Is what is the interest of Bruce Fenn on whether or not Mike Ejiofor, is culpable in that lawsuit that he quoted. Looking at it based on what I just said here now, Ejiofor secured an injunction. He said it, I think, either in his Twitter handle. He secured an injunction over that. It is a case, pertaining to landed property, CFO or something like that. And the businessman is, accusing Ejiofor of swindling him, allowing them to give him fake documents or something like that. And he's sued. And okay, if that is the case, an injunction has been secured, then why are you bringing this case now? What is he trying to achieve by this? Anyway, I would say Ejiofor is a man of his legal reputation.
Yes.
I don't doubt his legal prowess. He will do what is right, and as long as he is doing what is right, all this trash must be thrown into the trash can, and let's move on. Thank you, my sister. Brother.
Before you leave, let me ask you. Okay, I can see you, but let me finish with our brother. There's another confusion. This one is the one that is giving.
Let me make a contribution on that. Let me make a contribution on that very word he said now about the Ejiofor case, the Brufriend issue.
Okay.
I want, on my own side, I think I am seeing that issue on a different perspective. You see, sometimes, most of the time, we focus on the negative, we don't focus on the positive. Every Nigerian, every Biafran have to bear in mind that we are dealing with a lawless country. Nigeria is a lawless country. They don't obey their own law, let alone someone else's law. So for me, I am taking that very thing that Brufriend said as a reminder and a kind of thing that will ring a bell to Ejiofor to clean up his desk. So many of us don't know about that. So many of us don't know about that. But these people we are dealing with, they can use anything to destroy Mazen Nandekan and his case. And when he talked about Ejiofor stepping aside, already we know that we have a new lead counsel. Mike Ozdekome is leading. He's one leading. But anything that will make a J4 to become a hindrance to the case to move forward, or to make sure they say because of a J4 the case has been postponed, because of a J4 the case has been adjourned, I'm taking that as something that is a kind of a warning that a J4 should clean up his desk to avoid any hindrance. Let us not look at it as if it's an attack on a J4. For me, I do not see it as an attack on a J4, and I don't want a J4 himself to see it as an attack. It is led for him. There are so many things that are happening that we don't know about.
Exactly.
That is why when you come in the media, sometimes things will come out. When things come out, we begin to talk about it. We begin to look at it. You look at it from the positive side, look at it from the negative side. The only thing I picked on from that very thing, when he talked about Ejiofor stepping aside, the only thing I picked there was it was just a bell that was rang that something is wrong somewhere. And we are dealing with a lawless country. Nigeria can hold anything. You know, they can look for anything to postpone the case of Mazin, to continue to hold him. You and I know that Mazin Nandekana has no case. Mazin Nandekana has no case. The only thing they are busy doing, Nigerian government is busy doing, to look for a loophole, any single loophole they see, to continue to adjourn the case of Mazin Nandekano or to delay that case. That is what they will do. For Ejiofor, I'm not doubting Ejiofor. I'm not doubting his sincerity. Wherever that attack is coming from, whoever is planning it, the person has just failed. You see, most of the time when they plan something against Mazin Nandekano, at the end of the day, it turns out to be positive. Most of the things they have planned against Mazin, at the end of the day, it turns out to be positive. This very bell that was rang now, even if the person that did it had a bad intention, it is a wake-up call for Ejiofor to clean his desk. We are dealing with lawless people. In a country where tiger will swallow money, snake will swallow money, anything can happen. In a country where a judge will say, allow Mazin Nandekano visit 2 times in a week, Thursday and Monday, and yet, after the court, if they step out of the court, they refuse the lawyers for Mazin, including a senior advocate of Nigeria. What does that tell you? We are dealing with a lawless country. So, whatever thing that they will hold against Ejiofor, anything that will hinder Ejiofor from continue to participate in the case or continue to make him as a hindrance, let him try as much as possible to clean up his desk. That's what I have to say in that case.
Okay, thank you for your contribution. So, my brother, the question I was asking before now is this: there has been this issue of Idu Biafra, and this is causing a lot of confusion as I am speaking with you right now. Honestly, since they started it, I never want to talk about it, but now it's causing a lot of confusion. We are suffering from autopilot and what is the name of the other one? DOS. Now, this issue of Idu Biafra have come up now. Mazin Nandekano, I know, is fighting for Biafra. How come they want to carry us to Idu that we don't know about? We have not even finished. We have not come out from Biafra. Now we want to enter into Idu. Because Ebeke Duayaga, have you heard about this before?
Yes, I think the last time I had, the very first time I heard about this Idu, nation, it was when Mazen Namdekanu spoke about it before he was, kidnapped. He said that Idu, those that are it's a good thing to suggest. That was what I heard him during one of his broadcasts. It is a good thing. But what we should do is to get the Biafra first, then the people will decide. That is what he said. Oh, I heard him say this. Get Biafra first, so that we will now come back home, the will of the people. If the people say that Idu is what they want, put it on vote, on referendum, then we'll go with it. If the people say no, it's Biafra, he said he has nothing to say about it. But for him, his target is the freedom of Biafra. That is what he said. That was the final thing Mazen Nandekani said concerning this Idu issue. But for people, I would have loved this our people now that's championing Idu nation to just lie low. They said a dog cannot fight. A dog, it is not good for a dog to carry, excreta in both ears. The man we are looking up to is there. All the least we can do now is to begin to raise issues that when he hears them inside that place, he will be jittery. But I believe that the Spirit of God is with him. No matter what they do outside here, Mazen Nandekano is strong in his heart. And God has strengthened. God, when you see, God has made Mazen Nandekano to have that heart of a stone, the heart of a stone. Nothing will ever break that heart until Biafra comes. That is my own. Whosoever that, if they feel that they can channel their do for me, I won't stop them from doing what they want to do, but it must not affect this, great organization IPOB Mazen Nandekan has set up with the help of God. That is my own take about that, sister.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful contributions. I don't know if you still have time. Do you have anything to tell Biafrans and amend all these things that is going on?
Yes, I will. I will just my issue. My mother traveled from US. She is 88. April 12th will be her 88th birthday. She
Wow.
just traveled from the United States with my elder sister back to Abia State. So, and when I spoke to them this morning on a conference call, a video call, I saw my mom. I've not seen my mom, I think, for the past 10 years now.
Wow.
So,
That's a
yeah,
long time.
exactly.
You need
So,
to visit there. You need to go and see her.
exactly. I have to. If I cannot go, then I have to travel. When they go back, I have to travel to meet them. You see,
Okay.
so this is some of the things. What they told me today, that was not the Abba that I was brought up in the 80s and in the 70s. What my elder sister, just imagine you have a very great house, great accommodation, great property in Abba, but there is no light. For the past 3 days, according to my elder sister, there is no light in Abba.
It's not a story now. That one is not a news anymore.
She is even complaining. He said, "Thank God, sir, that she did not come with the children. He wouldn't. She wouldn't have known how to handle them." And he said, when you traveled within Abba, it's like heaps of filth all over the places along Abba.
Aba is known for dirty place now. Aba
Good.
is a very dirty state.
Exactly. The only thing she told me that I loved was the way they are building the Aba Ekorekpeni road now from Obo Hills. I said they are doing some, little job on it, but it's motorable. But when you look at the federal government road standard, it's nothing to write home about. So my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, nephews, and nieces in Biafra land, I would ask you to please guide yourself. Asina onye ndị iro gbara gburugburu, ọ na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Please be careful who you speak to. Be careful how you interact with people in the open. Make sure that what you have it inside your heart. There are serious problems going on in our places today. You do not know who is who. If people will travel all the way to Kenya and illegally kidnap is always an illegal act, internationally kidnap our leader, I don't think if there is anything hard for them to do in connivance with some of the political leaders and the elite we have in those places. I lived in the north before. Before you see a northern elite condemn their own, it has gotten them to the neck. But
Exactly.
Igbos are too quick. I do not know. Like Mazin Nandekani said, Igbos, our people are gossips. We gossip like market women, just like what Mazin Nandekani said.
Exactly.
Our people, our problem. Our political elite, our politicians, most of our elders are the problem that we have. And they are the thing that is holding this cause from coming fast. But whichever way it is, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. I will salute all Biafrans wherever they are, cut across the riverine areas and the hinterland, and those that has been gerrymandered into a different places. As long as you tie two wrapper, like our leader said, please be focused. Be focused. It can never be bad, like more than it is today. We have come a long way, and we must summon the courage to move forward. And who knows, by the grace of God, as we have done our own part, God will fulfill our dream of having our own country where nobody is going to carry AK-47 to come into my farm when I speak and they slaughter me and dismember my
We'll have
parts.
24 hours light.
Exactly. That is what I
Our roads will
feel.
be constructed.
Exactly.
We'll
And I
have
have
a
to,
good healthcare system. Our
yes,
children will finish school, they will get employed. Oh, we are missing
exactly.
a lot.
I will salute our people. You are sit at home. We are seeing it here. It is good. It's a good thing. Continue with it. Just one day won't kill your business. Please, one day, the Biafran people, one day sit at home. Don't let anybody force you. There is no need forcing you. It is what would you like a situation where people will occupy your bushes and when you go there, they tear you apart? Will you
Okay.
like what is happening in the north to replicate in the southeastern part of Nigeria? No. Just one day won't kill you. Rather, it will build up your confidence and your trust and faith and believing that God will do the rest for us. God bless you all and my regards. From here in Ghana, I say I love you all.
Thank you
Love
so
you
much, my brother.
too.
May God Almighty bless you. There
Thank
is
you
one
so much.
funny news I read before you go. I want you to laugh with this one before you leave. In the news, the Nigerians in Ukraine, when they want to bring them home, some of them rejected. They said they should take them to another country instead of bringing them to Nigeria. So,
My sister. It's a very serious issue. If it has
Of
gotten
course,
to
now.
a stage, if it has gotten to a stage where people will run away from bringing them back to Nigeria, then there is nothing left for that country. If you look at right there in Nigeria, I think about close to 160 or 200 and something of them were going to apply to go and fight for Ukraine. That is to tell you, a majority of them, I think, they were reading their names were with their army numbers and so on. These are, I think, retired, dismissed soldiers or so on and so on and so forth. It is that bad, my sister. It is not something to joke about.
honestly,
I would say it's a good thing. It's a good development for me. You see, ihe na-enwe otu na-eme, otu na-eme ya dị.
yeah. Thank you so much for your time. May God Almighty bless you.
Bless you
I
too.
hope you will be here again next week, Saturday.
I will. God's willing, I will.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate your
Thank you so much.
contribution. So, my brother Okenwa, bye bye. My brother Okenwa, I will bring you here. You have been waiting for a long time. Sorry for your patience. But before you continue, there is something,
And
there is one comment here. I want to read this coming from Doris. Doris said the issue of Idu that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned it earlier. Most Biafra might withdraw a lot. Sincerely, Idu is our original home. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned it, but he said, let us get Biafra first. You are fighting for one thing, you have not actualized that. You want to drop it and switch over. Do you know what it means for you, for us to abandon Biafra now that the whole world have recognized and started embracing Idu? They will ask you, where is Idu? Where did he come from? I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. Why not? It is a good idea. It is our origin. But what I want to say is that we should get Biafra first, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu starts from. If you change Biafra to Idu, which means we are starting from the crash, it's better we finish what we started. Then when we get Biafra, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we can cast vote. Which name do we want to be known with? Do we prefer Idu or do we prefer Biafra? Then when the referendum is conducted, if people prefer Idu, then we go with it. But as for now, we should concentrate on this Biafra agitation. This is my own opinion. It's not the final. You have your own. If you want to call to contribute, the line is open. Please come, not later. Somebody will be come and be asking me questions. So my brother Okenwa, welcome to the program. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Bromas well. I'm jealous. So.
Why?
Eh?
Why are you jealous?
If you are, no, you are not the only owner of this, our sister. Okay. All right. My sister, I really thank you. God bless you. My brother Chuk, survival. You are smiling better than what you did last time. That's good.
Yeah, last time he wasn't feeling good. You know, working Hannah will go down when I get him got the
That's exactly the truth. You know, my contribution, first of all, about the lawyer Bruce Friend and the no write-up he wrote to Mr. Jofor or Barrister Jofor. You know, there's something I want to tell our people. One of the problems we have, that's a natural tool that is always pressing us down. We are too emotional. Whenever something come up,
exactly,
we channel it. We always think in just the other way around. You see, here in the Western world, you see, what surprised me, most of us are in the Western world. You see, when you are like in the United States, where I am, when you know that there is something that is ahead that will stop what you are pursuing, and there is somebody who can really head on to get that thing, the best advice is withdraw. Because let me tell you, there is something our people should not be acting emotionally. This is not about autopilot DOS who brought Bruce Friend and advice and all this. When you listen to Mazen Kalo's broadcast, you see, when Mazen Kalo was coming very hard on the Yoruba people, everybody say, hey, why are you doing that? Hey, you want to cause more problem. But do you know, after coming that hard, Yoruba people became the best friend of Mazen Kalo. Do you know that?
Exactly, absolutely.
You see, Afenifere is standing very firm today in the Nigerian politics for Igbo presidency because of the firmness of Mazen Kalo and sincerity of that man. Yes, we are not talking of that one. You see, we have to, sometimes the truth, what we call hard truth, is a normal truth in the Western world. We shouldn't be acting on sentiment. Let me move out a little bit, my dear sister. You see, though I'm waiting for, one thing most of us, why most of us listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, is that young man has a very unique wisdom. Then let me tell you one thing is, there are some times before you get what you want, you need to stir the water. You must stir the water, and once the water settles, you get what you want.
That's right.
You see, Barrister Jofor, if you listen to broadcast of Mazi Simon Ekpa, when Barrister Jofor humiliated his, I'm very sorry to use the word, humiliated his integrity by saying that Biafrans should go and taking order and be listening to people they know that is really working against Mazen Kalo in every his teachings, in all his instructions, and every other thing. Let me tell you, the state of Mazen Kalo now, is he a place where anybody will go and be gossiping to him and telling him what this person has not this, instead of moving forward? And immediately he made that statement. Go back to what Mazen Simon Ekpa, that broadcast he made. He said that this is an advice. Don't go that direction again. You see, when you talk of war doesn't mean that when you take a gun and this thing and between. No, the people you are fighting are so strategic. Do you know why most of our Igbo elites and Biafra elites, do you know why they are not talking? Do you think, you think that they don't like Biafra? Look, most of them love Biafra more than me and you. But why they are not talking is, these Fulanis, they know how to, before like now, 2023 election is coming up now. You see, all of them, all their case files are with EFCC. All of them.
That's
Both
right.
Rochas and all their case files are with EFCC. And do you know why their case files are with EFCC? Because that's the only way to control them. If Barrister Sh0Cker, who seems to be tough, God has been okay on this, Barrister Sh0Cker has suffered a lot of blow because of Biafra, because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. But they know that the only way to break this man is if we can indict him. Do you understand what they are doing to Sh0Cker's lawyer today? Do you know why? You see, these people, they can hold that thing that is giving you strength. Let us hold him. And Barrister Sh0Cker knows why Bruce Fenn wrote that letter, that memo. He only knows. You see, what you don't know is bigger than you. There is something going on that we don't know. So we shouldn't be acting on sentiment. Rather, we say that we just allow it to flow. But my only disappointment about Barrister Sh0Cker is, why would they be going to DSS dungeon, be discussing anything about what is happening in the social media, whereby he comes out to be telling people where to go and where not to go? Means somebody's interest is being protected somewhere, and that is not good. The advice you are giving Biafrans, you give we know how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks. Even you today, without even hearing anything from Mazi, you know what he will say that we should do. Then you ask yourself, all those people he left, are they doing those things he wants us to do? No. Then why are you advising people to go there? You see, Bruce Fenn, there's something people were saying that it's because they did allow him to go and see him and all this. No, not because of that. These people are so in. There is something that is happening. You can't be dancing. Let me tell you, as long as Barrister Sh0Cker is today, whether he wants to play the game or not, as long as you are representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you're saying something against CSS, you should have been even close to being an enemy of Fulanis. And there is nothing that would justify whereby your leg is this way and you want to answer a good person this way. There are some mistakes he made in most of the comments. So that is what I want us to do. You see, my sister, when people are really attacking Bruce Fenn or Barrister Sh0Cker, I don't really want to attack these two of them because they are all legal practitioners. They know what is happening. It's not a confusion. Rather, it's a hard truth that we have to know that something is going on.
That's right.
Maybe in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, we know. Don't be surprised that somebody will, because they are looking for a way to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there till after the election 2023. One, you might go to court case now and they tell you that day somebody has come up and charging Barrister Sh0Cker one or two things, and the barrister is this, the barrister is, before you know it, they will hold him against that and will be scouting around looking for a way to solve a problem. These people are very, very far in all these things. That is the other. That is one. Then the concerning Idu or not Idu. Also, I will also that's one. In fact, you just made my point. The last comment you said to that person. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says something about Idu, Igodomi, yes, he said something like that. But there's something the man said that if in fact he said that he is so democratic that if people decide where they want to be, in fact, there was a time he said that if Biafrans decide that they want to be in one country with Oduduwa, the South, that who is he? He can't change it. So the same thing goes with, you see, our sister and those people who are really moving on with Idu. I think that when you discuss somebody's opinion in your platform, you are giving it a limp. You are promoting that. And if it's a confusion, it's causing more confusion to people. So allow the discussion of Idu to be on the platform where they are discussing Idu. Anybody who wants to accept, first, you see, there is something you have to understand about that. When that thing came up, it was, and I see it as a strategy. sometimes when you are in a war, that's why I say that we don't need to be so sentimental. There are many strategies. In fact, some people can be pretending as if they are doing infighting, while they are confusing their enemies. All these things are strategies. So why can't we convert all these things to strategies? Because we don't know what is going on. Yes, every part of this thing, is on. But what we are fighting for is Biafra. And Biafra has gone so far. Even in the internet, in almost all the countries, they have this name in their listing. Coming up with that means, if you come up with that that we have to understand who we are. Yes, we have to be, because I have listened to an elderly person. I have researched. The research was, there is this this thing, that's connection we have with people called the Edo State now. And these people, that's why Ara Idu Noba, the war between Idu and Oba, that war Idu and Oba was between us, it's supposed to be between us and the Oduduwa people, Oba people. And because of our nature, the truth of the matter, if Mazinan Kali said that, Igbo people are very dangerous. They had to desert their elder brother called Igodomi Igodo. That's the story I had. And the man was defeated in that battle. Then, let me tell you, that story is not enough for us to start changing our name. You knowing who you are, and this is what we have agreed to answer. There are two different things. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out, and he said that, okay, this time we have to champion to change Biafra liberation to Idu liberation, everybody will go in. I don't think there's anybody that is against this Idu. The only thing people don't like, including me, is the timing. The timing is not the right time. You can't say that we are in a very, very, nobody is happy. So bringing in something and trying to impose it on people will not augur well. It will bring a lot of confusion. So what I'm trying to advise you, my sister, is in your platform, please, don't discuss anything about this. Don't even entertain any question about it.
Like you can see, this is my first time of talking about it. It's causing a lot of confusion. This thing wants to bring another issue. That is why I am, even some people are not aware of it. It's not today this thing started. Now it's been long. Have you seen me mention it? I am discussing it here now for people to be clarified. It's causing a lot of confusion, and I think today will be the first and the last day I will talk about it. I just wanted to clarify it. I want to say something before you proceed. There's something you say. You said if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and say that we should change this name to Idu, that there is nobody that will reject. Myself, I will not accept that Biafra should be changed to Idu, because we have been known by it. Just like you, the country you are, the name you have been already known with, you want to change it, it's going to affect you. You will see that anytime they want to post letter to you, they may post your letter and you will suffer for it. So until Biafra is established very well recognized, so that once you change it, if you type Idu, you will see Biafra under it. But telling us that you want to change Biafra, that the whole world have known, that have gotten grants to Idu, I'm not rejecting the idea. It's very good idea, but let us guys go to Nanka.
Yes, you're right. We are saying the same thing, my sister. Why I didn't say nobody will reject it, that everybody will just accept it. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you start to preach, you do the way it is today, nobody will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please, you are causing confusion, because we respect him. And you know that he is somebody who is so democratic. If we must change name, you see, when Biafra was mentioned, people gathered, and that name was chosen. Let me be frank with you. That doesn't mean that no other person suggested another name. What we heard, it was somebody said we should go with the name Biafra. Means that other people must have suggested other names, and this Biafra was taken. So it do, even if it was, it's the same process. Many countries change their names. Yes, there are many countries that change their names, but it shouldn't be that you can't impose it on people because you feel that it's a spiritual message. Nobody is a spirit or from yes, I understand that it could be a unifying factor whereby we understand ourselves that this is our origin, this is our that's the thing. We understand, we have now understood that, okay, yes, we have this origin, we have something unifying us. But now, let us make sure that our leader is secure. Let's make sure that our freedom is secured. Then when we secure our freedom, then we come out and be talking about that. That's why I keep on, even yesterday, there's something why Simon Ekpa said about some people sending him messages about Idu. He said, let me tell you, where the truth is, if you the book of Job, we are I'm a Christian. Many of us also read the Bible. In the book of Job, this Bible even recognize that when the angels were going to God for their daily report, in their midst was Satan. In their midst was Satan, and the Satan was just there accusing who? Telling God that, have you not seen your son Job? He said, let me tell you, where do you see the truth? Where you see things working out well? In that means Satan will plant in one or two things. I'm not saying that the Idu is planted by Satan. No, that cool idea, that good idea, some people will, Satan will use that good idea to bring confusion. That's why we have to stop discussing anything about that. Let that platform that if you want to hear much about Idu, you go to that platform and enjoy the discussion. But when the more you discuss it in your own platform, I discuss in my own platform, and anybody discussing it will be spreading like wildfire, and it will be bringing more confusion. You are purely right. Like what Master Simon said yesterday, he said, if you send me an email with that, you do this, and he's going to make your own private email public for people to send you all sorts of mails to your email. So that's what I'm trying to say. You see, my wonderful sister, you are doing golden. This is a serious war that is going on. You are also a lioness. You are also a warrior in the battlefield. But it's the time now we have to use our number 6. We have to really pray. When I mean pray, is a genuine prayer. Not a prayer when somebody sleep and wake up. He say, I see in a dream that God say this, God say that. So, we start appearing in one or two platforms looking for no. In your own, stand with your family. God, please, send us unique spirit, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that it will guide us, because we are now entering into the state where the evil will cause a lot of issues. Yesterday, I sent our brother Nsima a message. Cool down, relax. All these things are, you see, sometimes we would say physical. Not everybody, everything is happening physically. There are some things happen spiritually. So don't address or don't respond to anything you see on social media. As the decision has been reached since after February 28th, let that decision be that let us focus on what we are doing. Now, they are still going to bring issues among yourselves. It's only when that water is stirred. You see, this water, then it will settle. That is what is going to happen. So as you are my sister, very soon now, let me tell you, your platform will be where everybody will come, because they know that you are standing, mainly when they know that you're standing firm on the truth. You don't send who says who, but the truth. And once they know you are standing on the truth, the chameleons will come in Those sincere ones will come in and other things. Pray that God will give you the wisdom. And our brother Chooks, I also want to tell you the same thing. Continue. You are doing a great work. We are so encouraged. Frankly speaking, we are so encouraged. I love what you're doing. So if you want to ask me any question, you ask me. Because
thank you so much. But before you go, there's something you say, your last statement. I'm going to say something about it. Well, I know myself very well, both spiritually and physically. When I mean spiritually, I don't mean then I walk in God. I am an honest person. When I say yes, I say yes. When I say no, I say no. I don't like bribe. If I'm the type of person that like bribe, by now maybe this platform would have been using for another thing. I know where I stand for. I want to go back to my hometown. I want to go back to Biafra land. So I am not the type of person that you can easily confuse. The reason why they confuse people easily depends on what you stand for. Just like many people have platform, you think that all of you are fighting the same cause. Some people are doing it for business. Some people are doing it for what they will get. Some are doing it with their heart. It depends on the purpose. The purpose that you are doing what you are doing will determine how long and how sincere you are. So, and the issue of allowing people, I don't allow people much access. I only do, that's why I schedule this program only on Saturday, and many people are waiting for me here. If I look at you, I don't want to bring you in, I will not bring. Even if I bring you in and you are saying what I don't want, I will remove you. So it's my platform. I think I am responsible, and I am the, permit me to brag, the CEO of this platform. So I control it. That is
It's
why
not bragging. No one is not bragging. No.
no, no, I
Yeah.
just want to put it like that. Anything I want to publish, I'll publish it. Anyone I don't want, I will not publish it. So I thank you so much for your contribution. And before you leave, and there's somebody waiting here. Um, there is one thing David Umaya, is it David Umaya or David Umaya said? He said that he's negotiating with Buhari on a political solution to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What do you think that could be this political solution again? What could be the political? Is it not the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stop Biafra agitation, or is there anything that you think that he may be bringing up?
all right, thank you very much, my sister. You see, there is this understanding Nigerians have about Igbo people, about they believe that every Boman will just do gara gara just to get what he wants. So some people rose up and they use political solution to destroy them. And they still make that money, but there's limitation. You see, these people, as I told you, before you stand up politically in Nigeria, stand out, they have your file with EFCC, have your file with CPC, have your file in all the top police and all these things, and they will bring it out to you and show you, man, look at what is happening. So this is what I want you to do for us. And you see, when you have lived with all these Fulani people and all this, you see that they like using you. Those guys are so they are cowards if you know them really well, but they are good in using you to destroy you or to win you. That's the only way. They can't stand out to do so. So they are very good in manipulating people. And the same way, because they are masters, you know why I don't like calling the name of country, because I know that not everybody in that country, not everybody in the government of any country is bad. There are many good ones, but it's just the ones on top maybe might be acting that way. He said David Umahi, everybody knows that APC is a tool that these guys have used to destroy everybody. And one of the things that is paining them about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only because of Biafra. Let me tell you, it's not just because of Biafra. There's one broadcast Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made before. If you can get that broadcast, you play it. And that broadcast is one of the things in our funda. one of the things he said in that broker, he said that, look, let me tell you, at the end of this, Gobert will be taken back by Hausa people. He said that at the end of this, he said after the Biafran restoration, he's still going to continue until Gobert is taken from Hausa people. Do you know why all these things happening in this East? Do you know why that no Northerner, the Northerners, they don't rise against Igbos in the North again? The reason is because this man has really told these Northern slaves who they are. They are now much more aware of who they are, and they are aware that, men, so we have been all this mumu all this while. So that jinx, the Hausas now have known that we are Hausas. Look at Fulanis, Fulanis. Other tribes in the north, they have known themselves. That's why they can't rise up now against the Igbos. The only people talking is all this Arewa Constitutive. They will come in out their forum and politics, but to implement it, no. If you know these people very well, they don't even say anything before they act. Before they come out to say anything, they have already started destroying Igbo, this thing. But they can't now because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has woken up that. And now, do you know, in turn, they know that they can't do anything. The only way they can do that is by, you see, Devil Mai will very, very soon, Devil Mai will tell you that, yes, once it's 2023, after 2023, we'll get Biafra. Many of them will come to back you up in Biafra agitation. They will deceive them. They will pretend as if they are using to act like human. That's why they say that there is nothing like political solution. How would you go into any political solution when the two parties have not sat down to strike a balance? Look at what is happening in Russia and Ukraine now. They are also seeking for political solution, which normally the global term is dialogue. That's political solution, dialogue. When they sit down, this person they'll be shifting ground. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. No, but their own is that, how would you be holding this man? You kidnapped him, you hold him, and you're talking of political solution. That is why anybody who is talking of that political solution, is just a fool. You can't, because you cannot win somebody who is holding a warrior. And it means that you are not bargaining from the strength to the stronger part of you. You are weak, you are weaker, and you are begging for this thing. That's what it means. So what the direct answer to that is what Devil Mahi wants to do is a strategy of weighing us down. They know that the IPOB they have infiltrated have lost that power. They can't control them again politically. Now, since the IPOB that have infiltrated have lost that power, another IPOB has risen up. Not only autopilot, there are many people who are also neutral, who are not with current DOS now, but they are neutral. They're on the path of the truth, but they don't call themselves autopilot. Now, the Igbo politicians have known that, man, I don't think that the monsters have risen up. So what we'll do now is that let us refresh our move to see how we can weigh them down. Let me tell you, why would they be, I want you to think of this. Sorry, I'm taking your time. Why would they be talking of political solution when they are through bringing in military to kill our people down east? Political solution would have been, okay, lie down. Nobody should just send back your troop. Stay, let us just talk. No, they want to weigh us down, and as they are bringing us down, they are tacticians, because there are people they paid that can infiltrate. They are looking for a way to infiltrate this new movement now. That is it. When they infiltrate this new movement now, we go back to square one. That's what they want to do. So we have to be very careful with that man because he's not the one talking. The Fulanis are talking. And remember, these people get money. People who are giving them all these suggestions are not even Nigerians. They are well-paid professionals globally, telling them what to do and what not to do. Thank you very much, my sister.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your contribution. May Chukwu Okike Abịama bless you. I don't know if you have a word to give to Biafra out there because many people are enjoying your analysis.
Yes, the word I have to give Biafrans is we have to stand firm. Don't be sentimental. Even if your own mother, don't be sentimental, stand very firm. This is the time people you least expected that will mess up. But stand very firm. And another thing is that you have to be very, very strong in spirit. If you are not strong in spirit, they will weaken you. If you are not strong in spirit, anything, even juju, can only affect people who are not strong in spirit.
That's right.
Then lastly, Biafrans, our people back home are very hungry. Any little thing you can help people, whether your relatives or not, please send, even if it's food. There are people who are homeless. There are people who have been, in fact, shattered. There are people who are so hungry. Try to also look for a way to do humanitarian acts. Remember, one of the tools they used to bring us down, we lost the war before because they denied us of all these aids, the humanitarian aid, the food, drugs, shelter. Then our people start shouting, we need food, we are hungry, we are this, and we lost that. So, but if we keep on providing, our own is that you don't know that it's war going on. There is really war going on.
Of course, I know. I see the videos. It's just that the media, they don't publicize. And
No,
if you put it here now, they will remove it. I received the videos. If anybody want to watch, I will send it to you. You will watch. After watching, you may not even sleep at night.
That is a thing.
In fact, I don't want to remember it.
The media
going on in Biafra land.
The media will. That's a thing. So the media will only show you the one they will use to bring us down. There is serious war. So any help you are rendering to anybody, anywhere it's happening, if it's happening in Ihiala, you call one or two persons, please, can I be a blessing to one or two persons in Ihiala? Whether you know them or no, you don't know them. You can send aid to them. It will be helpful. Once people are encouraged, frankly speaking, will conquer. That's my word to Biafrans. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your time. May God Almighty bless you.
Amen.
Until next Saturday, I pray you will be here next week, Saturday.
Definitely, all we need now. That's the food.
Okay.
That's the food. But I wanted to have a word with Bro Maxwell the next Saturday.
I think Bro Maxwell is on the background. He's hearing what you said.
Yes, because there are some interactions I wanted us to have together. Maybe next Saturday, if I call in, because there are some questions I want to ask him. There are some things I want to, because I want him to see a way he can, being in Ghana and Hiriko, because I salute his courage. Our people has to know how to use media, because if you watch what is, for instance, Russia and Ukraine now, somebody said Russia is doing the battle while Ukraine is fighting, is also taking up the battle in the media. Ukraine is in charge of the media while on the ground Russia is doing. That is why you see it looks like Ukraine is getting more sympathy. So what I'm saying, Bro Maxwell, is sometimes you send a message to these Igbo leaders and all this to let them know, because you see, I heard his voice, to let them know, yes, I know they are holding compromise on you. They are holding them seriously. You don't know what these people are passing through. There are many of them now that will say anything in favor of Mazinga Nikalo. In the next 1 month, all they have made in Nigeria will go, and they will still perish in jail. So you encourage them. you encourage them to do underneath. I know what I'm saying that is in Ghana, he knows what I mean, because even here now, there are a lot of my colleagues who are Ghanaians, and I discuss
he's a retired military, retired
okay,
soldier.
that's the thing. There are ways to encourage people underneath. Come outside and criticize us and all this. That's why I say that there are many strategies to win a war. You can cause confusion. It looks like you are infighting. You are, hey, even now you come in a
Network.
sorry. Everybody will see you and Bro Chooks fighting. They know that you are not fighting, but on social media, these people are fighting. Yes, yeah. You weaken them and we penetrate. You weaken them and we penetrate. That's the thing. So he also will need to talk. I want him to make a broadcast to the Biafrans generally. There's the word IPOB. I'm not too comfortable using that IPOB until Master and the Carlo come out. He should talk on Biafrans generally, that everybody now should strategize. Sometimes let us use this fighting as a tool against our enemy for them to be confused, because they don't know where the front we are coming from now. That's what I want to tell him. He knows what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next week Saturday, I will try as much as I can to link both of you. I will leave the floor for both of you to discuss.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My brother, Chris, you have been waiting here. I'm going to bring you in, but before then, I want to say something. There is something our brother Okenwa said, and I did it one time. Because of the reaction of people, I stopped doing it. There was a time a woman from Biafra land needed help. I think the daughter and the husband died out of food poisoning. So, and they left, I think 9 months old child. I presented the thing on my platform. Could you believe? People were like, give us the woman's account number. I sent my sister on all the way from my state to go to Enugu, where this thing happened, to bring the account number. I brought the account number. Do you know that nobody, no single soul, no single soul gave this woman anything apart from the one that is coming from me? So that was why I stopped it. Our people, before you know it, so that was how I stopped it. I stopped doing it. What I do, anybody I want to help, I help the person on my own. I don't come to publicize. Even some people are writing me, please, can you help us with your this? And I don't want to post anything that I can post and nothing will come out of it. And when you are giving people, when you are helping the poor, you are paving way for yourself, you are receiving blessings. But people do not know. If you have money, if you are rich and you are not impacting any life, you are just living. You are not doing anything and you are not doing good to yourself. So if you see people around you, it must not be financially. Anyhow you can help people, please endeavor to do that. And somebody is talking about presidency. Please, we are not looking for Igbo presidency. What we are looking for is Biafra. And somebody said that she did not say we should abandon Biafra, but she just wants to remind us where we come from. Yes, I never said that her idea of Idu is very bad. It's not bad, but this is not the real time to discuss about it. So, my brother Chris Matt, you are welcome to the program. I believe you have been on the
Yeah, good,
background. You know what we are talking
yeah,
about. So,
good day.
yes.
Good day, Sister Linda, and Bro Choose Survivor.
You're welcome.
I thank you people all, because I always watch your program and I see the way people have been trying.
Thank
I
you so
so
much.
much love it. The issue that I want to contribute right now is about Idu and Dave Umahi making some statements. You
Yes.
see, that man, that okay one that just made a comment right now, that guy is a man with natural wisdom.
Yes, like
Because
our leader.
yes, because I have something in mind when you ask him that question. I was waiting, maybe he will not get to that extent. At the end of the day, he come to that place. I know, say yes. What we need now is men and women with natural wisdom, not people that can
Oil no ya nishi.
write. Yes, not people that can write with the Bible from here to Japan, come back. No, 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 no. We have crossed that line now. So what we need now is natural wisdom. Dave Umahi is buying time for those that they have paid for. That's what they are trying to do, because they are seeing that those people have failed. So he want to buy time for them to see if they can succeed. So that one is one particular area. So about Idu, you see that Idu, I have done a research concerning that Idu. That Idu is real, but now that Idu now need natural wisdom also, because that you do have advantage and disadvantage at this particular time, and we have to make sure we manage the two in a way it will favor us. The advantage of Idu right now is Idu now will bring all those people who are seeing themselves as they are not Igbo, say that Biafra na Igbo things. It will bring everybody together. So that disadvantage on it now is the particular time we are bringing it out. The time we are bringing it out now look like the wrong time, a little bit wrong time, because what makes it a little bit wrong time is the man who's supposed to change it, announce it, is inside. So the people, the followers like us now, they can never come together by announcing it. Some people will kick against it. So that is why we have to manage it with wisdom. Anybody do is right. Anybody saying don't say it now, just hold it, is right. We not say we must make use of it. That you do now, we make the people who are saying they are not Biafra, no, they be from here, they be from here. It will bring everybody together, and everybody will focus on one particular thing. Nothing like no, and we will not be this way, we'll be Niger Delta, we'll be here, we'll be here. That you do will bring everybody together, and that is why you see Nsima is fighting for that you do. Nobody should blame Nsima. Nsima is fighting that he do because he wants all his people to join this struggle. Because I always see some people saying, hey, why can't your people join for the seat at home, join for this, join for, but he see the means that he will bring all his people together. That is why it's like he's going crazy about it. But you people should not take it as maybe he's radical guy, or maybe he's insulting people, or he too do the same. No, because he has seen the opportunity to bring their people close to the game and make the thing go as it's supposed to go. So that is why you see him kicking, just trying to make sure that he do, but that's everybody will come together. But a little bit wrong time, being that our leader is inside, and we need to manage the two and manage it with wisdom. Nobody should be kicking against, say these people, they want to put confusion. No. After all, the leader said that there is something in that particular place we need to rectify before what we are looking for will come true. He gives everybody the assignment. And it happened that the assignment now come out when he's inside. Again, the wisdom need to be applied. So Dr. Nelly now need to, as he have made the research and get what Onyendu asked him to do, what he need to do now is to just to announce it, to make people to know, then leave the rest for when the leader comes out, then he will know how to do it. Because if our leader change it today now, the next day now it will go viral to the whole world. Everybody will know, say yes, that their name has been like this. So, but if Dr. Nelly or Simon or Sima or you or Dr. or Bros choose now, try to announce it now. You know, say our people there this thing, they go begin to kick against you and say, now you yourself we want to put confusion for the struggle, bum. So they should leave that one for now. So everybody should try, because there is something that I made a research one time. I have said it in a platform of critics news and Biafra Unite. I made a research concerning our leader, and I made that research spiritual way. So they told me that the brothers are kicking against him. I said it for that two platform. I keep saying it for your own platform now, because that is why when I see those people happen, say the brother, how can the brother they against this? I look at them, I laugh. They say the brothers are kicking against him. That what we need to do is to come together. That them themselves also need that freedom too. But the freedom will come. But we need to come together. But the brothers are kicking against him. And by then, this happened like 2 months ago. And by then, I never know say Canon herself don't join the DOS. I don't even know. But when they are saying Canon is in charge of legal team, blah blah blah, I say, oh, no wonder. So nobody should trust DOS. Make I say it now, because when I see some people talking rubbish, DOS, they we have to defend the structure. You are defending structure that DOS have sold. Is what we want to this. Okay, let me tell you people something. It's like Mazen Nandekano tell DOS to put us for plane, take us to Japan. Will you open your eyes, see them taking you to Ghana, and you keep quiet? Those people are saying we want to protect the structure. They are all useless. You see somebody driving you to the sea, you gotta sink you, and you say you want to defend that structure. So that is what I want to say. Please, may God bless you. You people should keep on. What we are looking for.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your time and your
Yeah,
contribution.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So my brother,
Okay.
my brother took survivor. Somebody wrote here. There's somebody, and people they really want to hear your own point of view from this issue. But before then, there's something somebody wrote here. It's coming from Kiru Degora. She said, Linda, leave it do matter, because finally you might be wrong. I'm saying that Idu Bagi now. I don't understand the remaining words. So if you can read it, please can you answer that question?
I saw the right of. That's why I was laughing.
Okay, I am trying to understand what the person meant, but I couldn't. That's why I say you should answer it.
So never mind. In the issue of Idu, you know, if you remember, I've told you several times that I don't want to talk about it, and I don't even mention it in my channel. Each time I'm broadcasting, I don't like mentioning it. I don't discuss it. I don't talk about it. I have a reason for this. Just like my brother Okenwa said, I just left now. Okenwa said that the more we are talking about it, the more we are advertising it. The more you are talking about it, the more you are causing confusion. I have to say, personally myself, I don't have any problem with the Idu. I don't have any problem with our sister Nelly. I don't have any problem with her revelation. Our sister Nelly got a revelation that was given to her, and she said she told us the revelation that she had. That is not a problem. We don't have any problem with that. We don't have any problem with that. We appreciate that. But where I'm having a problem is that when it comes to the issue of spiritual things, you know, there are people who have the gift of dreams and vision, but they don't have the gift of interpretation. Mm-hmm. You might see dream, you might see vision, but you don't have the gift to interpret it. This thing is the same problem we are having in Christendom today. So many people who call themselves pastors, reverends, and whatever in the church, they have turned the Bible upside down because they are getting a wrong interpretation of what is being given to them. Some of them is not that God is not speaking to them, God speaks to them, but they don't have that spirit of discernment to know what God is saying at any particular point in time. That is the major confusion we are having in Christendom. So when it comes to the issue of this very Idu, some people say each time you want to talk, some people say that Mazen Nande can mention Idu. What is wrong in mentioning Idu? He mentioned it. What did he say about it? Did Mazen Nande cannot tell you to go and change the name Biafra to Idu? The Mazen Nande cannot tell that we are going to change the name Biafra from Idu. I said so. He mentioned it. So many of us have made inquiries, they make investigations. We have known about it even before then. The issue of Idu and the issue of Godomigodo and whatever. Every one of us, and we have no problem with it. We have no infighting with it. There's no problem with it. But what is making it a problem and an issue now is the way some group of people are going about it. Our sister Nelly said that she had a revelation. We appreciate the revelation that God gave to her. The revelation wasn't the wrong one. And what I understood from the revelation, each time she talks about, she said that Sh0Cker must say we should know whom we are. Sh0Cker must say that what? We should know whom we are. What does it mean to know whom you are? When Sh0Cker must say you must know whom you are, what does it mean? It doesn't mean change of name. Knowing who you are doesn't literally mean change of name. When you talk about knowing whom you are, there are so many places where we Biafrans are lacking. Just like the issue what my brother Okenwa also mentioned when he talked about the inquiry he has made about the Idu. There are certain things that had happened in Godomigodo that we are supposed to know about. There are certain relationships we have lost between us and our brothers in Godomigodo. There are certain issues that we don't talk about. There are certain things. There are certain crimes that have been committed. There are certain offenses that were committed to each other that we have to reconcile. Knowing who we are is much more deeper than a name. It's much more deeper than a name. And when we begin to peddle this issue of changing of name, when you peddle it, you will begin to go against the revelation that you yourself had. The revelation is know whom you are. Know whom you are as a Biafran person. Know whom you are. When you're knowing whom you are, it is going to involve a lot of things. It is going to reveal so many things. It is going to reveal, knowing who you are, it will go to the extent that you wouldn't even expect. It is knowing who you are. It's not just about the Godomigodo issue. It's not just about Idu. It is much more wider than that. But when you begin to cage it into change of name, that is where the confusion comes in. Today, I've been hearing people talking about it. No single person is against that Idu. No single person is talking against it. No single person is saying that it's a crime. No single person is saying that it's abomination. But the problem is the way you are projecting it. The message that Sh0Cker gave to our sister was, let the Biafrans know whom they are. How are we going to know whom we are? Knowing whom we are is not just about the name. It doesn't have anything to do with the name. It's not just about the name. When the issue of changing of name comes, a time we mature, it will mature to that extent. When we mature to that stage, when we begin to talk about that, we will talk about it. And it's still why the thing is much more confusing. Personally, myself, when I look at the people who are preaching it on their platform, the way they go about it, you begin to see some ethnic language in it. You begin to see some ethnic sentiment.
Exactly.
You begin to find some ethnic and hatred in it. That is where the confusion, that is the one that I don't want to hear. This is one thing that Mazen Nande can have fought to the nail. Mazen Nande can have fought to destroy that very thing that we see. Mazen Nande can went to the extent of establishing and made us to know that we are from one ancestral parent. As long as you are from the old southeastern region, from the present south and the southeast and the lower Benue, we are one people from one parent, from one ancestral parent. One blood flows in our vein. Mazen Nande can preach this message. Mazen Nande went to the extent of telling us that we are all Igbos. When he used that language, some people get offended. Some people get offended. Some people get offended. They think that Mazen Nande want to dominate. They begin to use that Janjaweed language. And that is what is coming back. That is rolling back to the wrong interpretation of that very dream that our sister had. The wrong interpretation of that very dream that our sister had, knowing whom we are. The wrong interpretation, where it's going now, is bringing back the language of the Janjaweed. I have seen people who are projecting that very language in their platform. When they talk, listen to their undertone. you see an undertone of demarcation and division. Some of them, the reason why they embrace that language, it is because it doesn't have anything, because they feel that when you talk about Biafra, you are talking about an Igbo Biafran. That is what some of them have in mind. They feel that when you talk about Biafra, you are trying to impose yourself on them. And because of that, they found out that they are much more comfortable in answering the Idu, and they don't want to have anything to do with Biafra. Forgetting that we have fought, every single one of us have died as a Biafran person. We have fought together as Biafrans. We dying together, we are hated together as Biafrans. Every single family in Biafra land. When I'm talking about Biafra land, I mean the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue. Every single person have lost somebody because of Biafra at one time or the other. It is our fight. It is our fight. It's not the fight of Igbos. But when you see people who are projecting that the issue of Idu, you see the undertone. When you look at them and listen the way they project it, you see that even our sister who brought that very information is not pushing it the way they are pushing it. Even her own, when you listen to her own problem, the only problem she has, sometimes she tries to impose the language on people to use it. You can't impose the language on the people to use it. You don't impose it to anybody. The message that Sh0Cker Akable gave you was that Biafrans should know whom they are. Knowing whom we are doesn't mean change of name. And Mazen Nandekano spoke about it too. He didn't say that we should go and change it. He said that we will have to go and make inquiry. There is something very significant with Igodomigodo. The key that opened the key. There is something there that we have to know. There is something there that we have to know that we have not known. That maybe that is why Biafra have not come. There are so many crimes have been committed. Just like when our brother, you saw when our brother Okechukwu, one of our brother Okechukwu, when he was talking about the issue of Osu. When our brother Okechukwu was talking about the issue of Osu, that Osu must be abolished, we must have to do everything possible to make sure we remove ourselves from that issue of Osu before Biafra will come. Okechukwu fought about that, and he went to the extent of going down to Biafra land, making some moves to make sure establishment and people know whom they are and have that forgiveness. We forgive each other. That is an offense. That is an offense that some of us have committed against ourselves. That we have to reconcile with ourselves to make sure we have peace. That same thing is what is happening, what I see in this issue of Idu and Igodomigodo. There are some issues, there are some differences between us. There are some problem and offense that we have committed to each other. We have to come back to know who we are, to know that we have some brothers and sisters who are pained, to know that we have some brothers and sisters who are feeling some pains and injury. And those injuries and pain have to be healed. Then we will move into our land. But for you to begin to specialize the issue, begin to compress the issue into only changing of name, and some people buy the idea because it satisfies their own selfish interest, because it promotes their own hatred against their own brother, because it pays their own idea. No, I don't agree with that. As for the issue of Idu, no legitimate Biafran that is genuinely a Biafran, none of us doesn't know that there is something that connects us with that Idu. There is something that connects us, either by name, there is something, and nobody is rejecting it. But when you try to now make it in the front border, make it now that it is something that you must do, a do or die affair, and something you have to force people, you don't have to. It took Mazen Nandekano more than a decade to convince people to begin to speak about Biafra again. Even when every one of us know about Biafra, we have known it. We read about it. We knew about it. So many people know, even before the Biafran war. So many people know about it. After the war, people knew about it and people went silent. Before Mazen Nandekano could be able to convince people to come again and begin to stand on their platform to speak for Biafra, it took him more than a decade. It was a gradual process. It wasn't a force. It was a gradual process. A gradual process. The message continued to sink in. And today, Biafra is on the front burner all over the world. People are talking about it. In Biafra land, children are talking about it. Mothers, sisters are talking about it. When Sh0Cker Akable has given our sister a message, I am not saying that it's not Sh0Cker Akable that gave him a message. Can't say that. I won't say that. But what I am trying to say is that when a message is being given, sometimes we interpret the message wrongly. The same problem we are having in Christendom. You see them tearing Bible anyhow. Bible that Chukwu Okike Abiama gave us. Bible that was written for good, for correction, correcting evil. You see people, they will be doing evil and they will use that Bible to support their evil deed. The same thing in IPOB. You will see people preaching evil and they will use the message of Martin Nandekano. The gospel of Martin Nandekano that Martin Nandekano preach for goodwill. The message that Martin Nandekano preach for goodwill, for us to have peace and have unity. People will use that message to begin to propagate evil agenda. After pushing their evil agenda, they will bring the message and push it in. And if you are not fair enough, you begin to think that yes, they are talking right just because they played the record of Martin Nandekano. Just because they played the record, you think they're right. You will always use your common sense at all times. The same thing the pastors are doing in their church. Some people just believe their pastor because he opened the Bible and tell you, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Just because a pastor said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. How do you know that the person who you are talking about is the prophet? How do you know? Even when the Bible tells that a prophet is the person that says the thing and it comes to pass. Bible said a prophet is somebody who says the thing and it comes to pass. And the pastor that is telling you touch not my anointed, the person you are telling me not to touch, he has made a lot of production from January to December. Every 1st of January, they will come and tell you what will happen throughout the whole year. Go and check everything they have said. Out of everything they have predicted, no one will happen. And yet, we will be telling me touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. You will preach it and carry it on your head simply because somebody opened the Bible. Why not apply your common sense? So many of us are misinterpreting the message we are getting. Let me tell you, the state that the struggle is now, Chukwu Okike Abiama is speaking to everybody. Chukwu Okike Abiama is speaking to everybody, but it's left for you. Can you be able to, if you can't be able to interpret what Chukwu Okike Abiama tell you, just say it the way you get the message. That will be who interpret. If you can't be able to interpret what Chukwu Okike Abiama is telling you, say it the way you see it. Chukwu Okike Abiama is speaking. That is one way we hear about autopilot. When we say Chukwu Okike Abiama is in charge of autopilot, Chukwu Okike Abiama is not only speaking through Simon Ekpa. He's not passing message only through Simon, passing message through so many people, even through Nelly. Chukwu Okike Abiama is sending message. Even through other people. But where the confusion comes, will you be so gentle? Will you be so calm? Will you submit yourself and allow the message to come the way it is being given to you? If you don't have interpretation for it, give the message the way it is being given to you. Do not cause confusion. Because each time you misinterpret the message that Chukwu Okike Abiama gave you, you are going to cause a great confusion. Every one of us have gifts. Some have gift of dream. Some have gift of interpretation of dream. Some have gift of different kinds of gifts. Don't jump from your own. Just limit yourself to that very place where your gift stops. In the case of Idu, I have no problem with it. But the way people are going about it is the wrong way. And just like my brother who spoke before said, let us stop discussing about it. Anybody who wants to project it on his or her platform, let he or she go on, give her own reason to her audience. Say what you want to say to her audience. Let them go ahead with it. But for us who continue to go and begin to attack it, you challenge it, you debate it, the more you are doing that, you are making it, you are raising it up, you are trying to bring it on top of the bonnet. We all know that what we are fighting is for Biafra. Mazen Nandekano said it is either Biafra or death. Mazen Nandekano is standing trial because of Biafra. Everything that we have lost is because of Biafra. Every place that they are talking about issue of, every protest you see around the world today, that everybody is because of Biafra. United Nations will discuss because of Biafra. Biafra has been, still is, and we are waiting for Biafra restoration. So why would anybody be talking about things that are not relevant? Knowing ourselves, I agree 100% that we have to know who we are. We have to know who we are. If we know anybody we have offended, we have to reconcile. If we know anybody who have insulted, we have to say sorry. If we know any place we are falling short, we have to go back. Know whom we are. It is not change of name. When the time for change of name comes, it is going to be done. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama. Chukwu Okike Abiama has given us somebody who is not just an ordinary leader. Mazen Nandekano is equally a spiritual leader, a sound one at that. So why are you too much in a haste? Or do you think Mazen Nandekano is not going to come out anymore? Mazen Nandekano is going to come out as soon as possible. And when he comes out, all these things will become history. Let us be focused. Let us be focused. The only target now is how to make sure that the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekano, is released unconditionally. That is the only focus. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the automatic coming of Biafra. I say it and I say it. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is automatic. That is what we are supposed to be concerned about. Let him come out and raise the flag of Biafra. Then every other thing will follow. Biafra, wherever you're watching me from, I say, seek ye first the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every other thing will be added on to you. Let us focus. Let us stop discussing about things that doesn't matter. Those who want to discuss about whatever, let them do it on their platform, but don't make it a topic. Don't make it a debate. Don't fight against them. Don't challenge them. Don't even comment. Don't go to comment section and begin to write irrelevant words. Don't insult people who are talking about it. Stay on your lane. Focus. The only target is the freedom of Biafra. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and raise the flag. Then we go back home. Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans. That's all I have to say on the issue of Idu.
Thank you so much, my brother. I think this issue of Idu, we are going to end it up here. I decided to talk about it today because I think it's causing a lot of confusion. I want people to be aware of it. And so, my brother, let's continue. What we are going to discuss is the ultimatum that is being given to Nigerian military to vacate Biafra land on the 15th of this month. Do you think that since this order is not coming from IPOB or do you think that they are going to obey these instructions?
Thank you, my sister. You know, right from time, this one is not a question of whom the order is coming from. I believe that it's a direction from Sh0Cker The Unbr for them to leave. But as we all know, the people we are dealing with are people who don't listen. They don't listen. They will never do anything until you force them to do it. Right from time, there have never been anything we say them to do, they do. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to vacate the checkpoint, did they do it? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to remove the checkpoint, they didn't do it until we have to enforce it. So it is just the same thing. They will never listen. The Janjaweed will never do it until we begin to do so. It doesn't matter where the order is coming from. It is Sh0Cker The Unbr speaking, and that is right thing. What is important is it the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to say? It is the right thing. They have been killing us. Nobody is fighting for us. Nobody is talking. They are busy talking about stop, sit at home. Every time what you will hear in the media, what you will hear in the mouth of all those politicians is stop, sit at home, stop, sit at home. But the problem that is creating that very sit at home, they will never talk about it. They will talk about insecurity. What's causing the insecurity? They will not talk about it. The only thing that is causing the insecurity in the Southeast is the Janjaweed military. The terrorist military that have sent in the Southeast. They are the people killing. They are the reason why you have your no government. They are the reason. So anybody that wants to tackle the problem should tell the military to vacate Biafra land. Since they have refused to say it, and Sh0Cker The Unbr have used our brother somebody to say it, every one of us have to enforce it. They will not agree. They will not do it as usual because we know they are stubborn. The Janjaweed can never. But starting from 15th of next month, they will face the music. Not only them. Any Biafran person that is supporting them, any Biafran person that is aiding them, any Biafran person that is acting as informant, you might be a minister, you might be a commissioner, you might be a lawmaker, House of Representatives, any position you have in that government, and you are supporting the invasion of Biafra land. After 15th, you have yourself to be blamed. After 15th, you have yourself to blame. Every one of us who is watching now, we are watching from any place we are watching from, any part of the world where we are watching from. If you have your brother, you have your sister, you have your uncle, you have your friend who is part of the people who are killing our people in Biafra land, you better tell them they should go back to where they're coming from, or they will go and report to God. Any one of them, any member of the military that is occupying our land, they should prepare themselves. They should prepare themselves for what is about to come. The instructions have been given. Every one of us have to prepare and enforce it. And they must leave. They must leave Biafra land. We cannot continue to cry. We have cried enough. We have cried enough. They should go back to their barracks. Or if they don't have anything to do in the barracks, they should go to the north. In the north, the terrorists have already taken over. They should go to the north. Go to the north and play their role. Go to the north there and serve them. That is all I have to say in that. and we have to enforce it. It is every Biafran that will play a role in that.
Now, from what is happening now, it seems like Nigerian government, they are more relaxed. They are more relaxed now because nothing is happening. The issue of civil disobedience enforcement, what other method or what other things do you think that we can add to it in order to make the Nigerian government to feel it? Because the more relaxed they feel, the more longer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Their plan is to, because they believe that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still out there, believe me, even without being told, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there, this Anambra election wouldn't have been held. Even this 2023 election wouldn't have been held. Now, they see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be an obstacle for them to actualize this. Their 2023 election, they kidnapped him, committed the highest offense, which is breaking the international law. They kidnap him now, and their main purpose is just to leave him there until after their election. Then they will not decide what they want to do with him. So my question now is this: what other civil disobedience? We know we have introduced this idea of sitting at home, of which people are doing, despite the fact that the conventional medias are not carrying it. What other civil disobedience or enforcement that can make them to, let them feel the pains, to make them to hasten and fasten the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Thank you, my sister. We have to continue no matter what they do or what they say. I thank Sh0Cker The Unbr that today we have known some things that people are pretending not to know before. Today, they can't pretend anymore. For a very long time, you see them, they have been pretending that the sit at home is not working. For a very long time, some people have been pretending, nobody is sitting at home. They are not sitting at home anymore. It's not working. Some of them will come out and tell you that sit at home is affecting only southeastern part of Nigeria. Some of them will come and tell you that we are fighting against ourselves. Today, it has become much more clearer than ever. It has become much more clearer. It has become much more clearer, the way forward. And when we come all the time online, we say that the only thing that can free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the masses. What we do, our reaction is what is going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People, we are thinking it's a joke. But today they have known that it is true. The only thing that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the action of the people. What you do, what I do, that is what is going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bring Biafra. And how will that our action come? It will come through civil disobedience. Through civil disobedience. And the first stage of civil disobedience being the sit at home. You have seen the miracle that sit at home is doing. Sit at home have done wonders. All along they have been pretending that sit at home doesn't affect anybody. It's affecting only Southeast, only Southeast. But recently you have seen the video of our brother Kanayo that went viral. Finally, our brother Kanayo have come out to nail everything on the hell. Even he tried as much as possible to be political. He tried as much as possible to be gentle. He tried as much as possible to be lenient. But at the end of the word he said, you're going to capture what he was trying to say. The whole thing he was saying on that video is captured in the sense that the sit at home is working. He told Buhari to his face. If anybody tells you that sit at home is not working, the sit at home is real. It's for real. He went ahead to tell Buhari that the sit at home is affecting the entire contraption called Nigeria, not only the Southeast. Everybody is feeling it. All along, the governors have been pretending. When we come to our platform, we talk about it. You see some people go to comment section, they will write all amount of rubbish. They come to their platform, they come to the conventional media, they say, oh, only Southeast, they are punishing themselves, they are suffering themselves. Today, the truth is out. They can't hide it anymore. They can't hide it anymore. And I thank Sh0Cker The Unbr, and I say, may Sh0Cker The Unbr continue to bless every single Biafran in Biafra land. The children, the mothers, the fathers, every single Biafran man and woman in the old Southeastern region, the South, and the Southeast, and the Lower Benue, every single Biafran in that place, may Sh0Cker The Unbr continue to guide and prosper every one of you. You have done a marvelous work. It is because of you that we are where we are today. It is because of you that we have achieved what we have achieved today. Today, they cannot deny it. They cannot deny it. They cannot be able to sweep the issue of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu under the carpet. They can't do it. That is why we have to continue what we are doing. Tighten it up more. Tighten. They are only talking about the Sunday, Monday sit at home because you have not activated the Sunday. Tomorrow being Sunday, sit your butt at home. Tomorrow being Sunday, you have to do it. You can see a pastor who came on a platform to say that a pastor has been observing the sit at home on Sunday since January. Since January, a pastor has been observing it. But when we talk about it, some of that is a fight against Christianity. Some say it's a fight against the church. But finally, a pastor is participating in it. It doesn't stop him from preaching other days. It doesn't stop him from reaching his members. But at least the world will hear his voice and know that this person is pained. That is why we have to enforce it. All these GOs, all these big churches you see in Biafra land, all those GOs, 80% of their members are Biafran people. 80% of their members are Biafran people, yet Biafran people are being killed on daily basis. They are not saying anything. They are not saying anything. The only man that is speaking up for the ordinary people, the innocent people, the only man that is fighting for even ordinary Nigerians, those one Nigerian people, the only man that is fighting the symbol of justice, they are holding him incommunicado. They are holding him against his will. He has not committed any crime. You don't want to talk about it because of your personality. You don't want to talk about it because of because you want the government to recognize you. You are a politician. You don't want to talk about it because of your post. You want to be you are not even aspiring for a president because of vice president. You don't want to talk about the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because of your common salary, how much they're giving you, that is not even enough. You don't want to talk about it. Some of them who call themselves celebrities, even when you know that the people who are watching those movies you are making, the people who are listening to your music are mostly Biafran people. You can't talk about their issue on your platform. You don't want to discuss it. Because when you discuss it, the government will come against you. You will not have what you're having again. But Biafran people, we have taken our fate in our hand. We have taken our destiny in our hand. We will continue to sit at home. And we have gone to the second level, which is the economic sanction to the Janjaweed. That is where we are now. The economic sanction. Every single Biafran, wherever you are doing business in Biafra land, don't give your revenue to the local government, state government, or federal government. Don't pay your revenue. Keep your revenue to yourself. It will be useful. It will be useful. Do not give your revenue to them. The economic sanction is the stage where the whole thing will be settled. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. It is coming out. And that is where we're going to hold them. That is where they will hold them. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out to the flag. And that is where our brothers in the riverine area, that is where our brothers in the riverine area have to play their role. They have to shut down oil production. Bring it to number 0. As the world is now hoping on the gas in Biafra land, we have to tell them, you will not take that gas until we have our freedom. You will not take that gas until you have our freedom. Everybody is busy talking about Ukraine, Everywhere you go, Ukraine. Do you know that Biafra have lost much more people than Ukraine? Even with the whole bombardment of the whole bombardment of Russia, we have lost much more people than Ukraine in the recent days. Still losing on daily basis, still losing. So many of our brothers and sisters have been in captivity, they have been arrested illegally. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's going to do it for you and I. We have to borrow leave from what is happening in other places. See Ukraine with all the connections. Ukraine with all the people that are talking for them. United Nations have held a meeting for them. EU have held a meeting for them. Security Council have held a meeting. Did they go and fight for them? They didn't go to fight for them. It is you and I that will fight for ourselves. That is why we have to activate the civil disobedience, the next level, which is the economic sanction. Take it to the highest level. If we can implement it even 30%, they will come begging. They will come begging. These people don't mean us well. They don't mean us well. They don't mean us well. If you are fighting as a Biafran people are not just fighting for themselves. We are fighting for every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria. We are fighting for the freedom of every indigenous tribe, the Oduduwa people, the Middle Belters, even the Northerners, the Hausas. There's a video I got for the Hausa people. We are Hausa people. This thing we are saying, all this thing we are preaching, Hausa people have started preaching it on their own. Hausa people have started preaching against the caliphate. I have one of the videos in Hausa. I couldn't post it because most of you cannot understand Hausa. I understand Hausa very well. In that very place, an Hausa man is preaching. Preaching, if you see a hard language, more than the way Master Nankan is using a hard language. A hard language telling us that it is the Fulanis that are killing them. They are killing the Hausas, taking over. They are the ones sponsoring the whole terrorist group you see in the north. It is the Fulanis that are financing them. They are the ones bringing the food soldiers, not the Hausas. I got the video with me. This is why we have to wake up. Every Biafran, if you're fighting, fight more now. We are almost getting to the end of the tunnel. And you always know, you always say it, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We already seen the light. Don't be distracted. Don't be emotionally carried away. Don't always attack everything that you see. You put negativity to it. Just like when you see people talking about Idu or discuss, don't always attack negativity. Sometimes you sit back and think about what's going on. You must not respond to everything. You must not respond to every fly that flies around you. Just like they are talking about the issue of Ejiofor and Buffen. Don't always be on the negative side. Don't always try to back this person or back this person. Why don't you try to be at the middle and see the balance, check the balance, and see what if this thing is an information? What if this thing is a whistle blowing? What if this thing will help us? Let us not always be on the negative side because of our sentiment, because of our being over emotional. As for Mazen Nandekano, no man born of a woman can take his life. He is going to raise the flag of Biafra, whether you like it or not. He will, and very soon.
That is my greatest fear. My brother, there's something somebody said, and I want you to answer it. I don't know why. I'm not used using bad words at people. I try as much as I can to hold my anger, but some people, they just wake up from sleep, go to people's platform, listen and start writing nonsense. And if you reply that way, anybody who do not know how it started, the person will say this girl is so insulting. Look at what somebody wrote here. And this is coming from Ugonna Donald. He said that over 5 months, you guys have been talking about economic sanction, that it cannot work because it's not coming from the leadership. So I want you to I want you to react to this.
Those are, you know, there was a day I explained the different group of people we have in the struggle of Biafra. In the Biafra expression, there are different people we have. We have the idiots. We have the group of idiots. Then we have the traditionalists. And then we have the citizens. Those of us who are the citizens, we will always know the truth when the truth comes. The people who are the traditionalists, they want to impose their own will on you. They want to impose their own will on you. And the group of idiots, like the person that writes that message, are the people who cannot read between the lines. They support everything that is evil. They support everything that people say. Without they can't even use their own common sense. It is the same way they said that the sit at home cannot work because they are not supporting it. They say that sit at home is not effective. It doesn't work. Nobody is sitting at home because they are not supporting. Today, what is the thing that is reigning now? The only thing that is effective among everything that we have been doing is sit at home. The Monday sit at home, they condemn. The Monday sit at home, they condemn. Today, that is what everybody is crying. That is what Nigeria government is crying about. We are the one they didn't support it. It is the same way that this economic sanction is going to surprise them. This economic sanction, when it starts happening, they will still cover themselves with shame. But the problem is that you cannot shame the shameless. You can't shame the shameless. So they will always be there on the background, speaking from both sides of their mouth. Those group of idiots who cannot use their common sense, they will always be there. And there is nothing we can do about it. We cannot block them. Like when I'm broadcasting, I don't block them. I leave them. Let them continue to hear the message. Let them continue to hear the message. We can't drive them. They will always be there. They will always be there. There will always be that Judas among 10. They will always be there. But let them continue. Since they decide to be observer, let them continue to observe. Economic sanction will not work. Let them continue to observe and watch. When they start working, if they will be bold enough to confess, let them come and confess and say, oh, now it has started working. The same way they talked about the sit at home. They say because they are not supporting sit at home, it's not going to work. Today, sit at home is in front burner. It's in the front burner. When you see that record that our brother Kana, it set the whole internet on fire. It set everywhere on fire. But they have been denying it. For a very long time, they have been denying it. Everybody is denying it. Governors deny it. Even agitators deny it. Our fellow agitators, people who were calling for restoration of Biafra, they deny it. They say, they work. Nobody, they sit at home because he didn't talk about it. Sh0Cker The Unbr is in charge. And when Sh0Cker The Unbr says something, it doesn't matter whom he said it through. Sh0Cker The Unbr can speak through me. He can speak through my sister Linda. He can speak through someone else. He can speak through anybody. Wherever it comes from. As long as it's the word of Sh0Cker The Unbr, it must definitely come to pass. You can't stop it. It will come to pass. That is the most important. So let the person who wrote that and don't keep yourself busy whether the economic sanction will work or not. Don't keep yourself busy with that. If you like, go and begin to pray, let it not work. Go and fast and pray, let it not work. You are not God. It is going to work. Thank you, my sister.
There's something somebody wrote here, and I saw the news. I saw it this morning when I opened my phone, but it's an unverified news. Let us all cool down and wait. I saw it immediately. I opened my phone this morning. They said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case has been adjourned on March 7th. I don't know how verified, how true it is. The way you saw it is the way I myself saw it. I always believe when I see the write-up of Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, he is the one that will write it and will be sure. Let's wait if he's going to write anything about it. If he did not write, which means it's wrong information. A lot of information
That's
is
right.
circulating. That is why I tell people you should be careful where you search your information from, the type of videos you watch, because sometimes you will watch video that will mislead you. I saw it this morning. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how verified it is, but let's wait until Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the legal team, which we know, publicize it on his page. We cannot say. I believe if there is any changes, he will let us know before that Monday. So, my dear brother that asked the question, I believe you understand what I'm saying. So, this is all we have discussed today. The first one was Barrister Ejiofor's the advice. I always use it as an advice that Bros Finn gave to Barrister Ejiofor to clear himself off, because I know in Nigeria, maybe, but you said this as this our brother Iko. What is the name of our brother that you always make reference to? The brother that called.
Okay.
You said it, when I was talking with you on phone, you said it, and I was surprised. Okenwa said it again. I said, both of you are very wise. They said that Barrister Ejiofor may be in the courtroom defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before you know it, they will now call him that he has a case there. So he have to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, and before you know it, they postponed it again. So that is why I think that what Bros Finn is giving to him is an advice, and nobody, Barrister Ejiofor, if you can agree with me, he has really suffered for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly.
If for God's sake, they would have, by now, he would have been a story. Maybe they will be using him for reference. This was how they killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He lost Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted him. He himself decided. Even there was a publication I read. Who wrote that? Okay, it was the former DSS. There was a time he made a comment. During those periods, they were not allowing them to have access to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even when he go to visit him, they will ransack them, naked them. So look at how the man put the statement. He said that there is this particular lawyer that, apart from being a defendant to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there must be something else. I don't know if you listen to it. There must be something that he's looking for, apart from being. That is to show you that Barrister Ejiofor is with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is kind of friend you have. That friend would always like to be with you, whether in death, whether in sorrow. But nowadays, we always have fair weather friends. They come to you when things are moving well for you, but when you have problems, they will disappear. But Barrister Ejiofor have been, and somebody is writing here that Barrister Ejiofor has been compromised, that they have done this. Please, let us be very, very careful when we accuse people.
I don't know why somebody will be writing
they have buy you. Who is even buying? They have given you money. Who is giving you the money? Who is giving you the money? We should be careful the way we accuse people wrongly. That is very, very bad. You are saying that they have bought a barrister job, or were you there? Were you the one that give him the money? Do you know what this man is passing through? Do you, that is the same pressure that came to DOS, that they wouldn't, they did not manage the position that we are giving to them. When you will know that you are a leader is when you are in a hot soup. Pressure is coming from here, coming from there, coming from the other side. If you are able to handle it, that is when you will raise your hand and say you are a leader. But now this man is passing a whole lot. Do you know what this man is suffering? We should be praying for them, encourage them. Stop saying that they have bought him over, they have given him money, they have done this. Were you there? Please, let's mind the way we accuse people wrongly. When you post a video, maybe if I post a video that you think is not comfortable with you, maybe you don't like it, you will say, Linda, they have buy you. Whenever I read that comment, I will first of all laugh. I say, buy you. They say someone never have given you money. Oh God. Well, in my opinion, let us stop pointing finger at people, especially the people in a higher authority, because it is not easy. If you haven't handled any post before, you will not know that leadership. Even in your village meeting, try to be a secretary, try to be even what is the name of provost, try to be a provost and see how hot it is. So it's not easy to handle a post, let alone a hot post like this. That was what came to the DOS. They couldn't handle it. No, this problem, if you can agree with me, I don't want you to buy my idea. This is my personal idea. This problem started from them. They didn't manage it very well. For example, I'm going to narrate to you how this thing started. Okay, first of all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. It's just like Buhari now. You hear in the news that Buhari is kidnapped. Who is the people people will first ask? Is it not the people that is responsible to him? Now he was kidnapped for 8 good days and nobody know about it. What should people do? What should the citizens do? They will be asking you, where is our president? Where is our... And when they ask you, you don't need to hash them. You don't need to bash them. What you should do, even if you don't know anything about it, you try as much as you can. Use diplomacy. Calm them down. I was watching Radio Biafra at that time. People were calling. They will call. How come you people do not know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They will start bashing them. They will start insulting them. They will start calling them all sort of names. Now, people we are still watching, they come up again that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they should give Simon Ekpa slot to preach to broadcast in Radio Biafra. They were the one that posted it. The next thing we heard again that Simon Ekpa will not be broadcasting. And people will be calling, why didn't you people allow this man? You are the one that said, our leader said he should broadcast. Why didn't you allow it? Before you know it, they started. That was why, if you watch our videos in this Biafra struggle, it's not moving again. Many people, as I'm speaking with you right now, have lost the interest in Biafra agitation. Because of what? Because of mismanagement. Now, the DOS are the people that... scatter this thing. They can rebrand it. One problem our people have is ego. Everybody wants to be on top. This word sorry,
Exactly.
Sorry goes a long way. It's only in Nigeria I know that you will step on somebody, you will say the person sorry, immediately you say sorry, the person will still slap you. I will be like, what does sorry mean? So they can still settle everything here. They can still settle it. What does it take? I am sorry. Humble yourself. Put things together. We'll work together. Then we'll actualize this Biafra. But if we keep on doing all this thing, we are just dancing like when you are driving your car in a sport road, you know how it is. It will go up and come down. It will go up and come down. Before, if you don't take time, you fall into a hole. So what we need right now is just to, if it is possible, to me it's possible, if it is possible that they should correct their mistake, they should correct their mistake, they should stop this division, they should stop this attack, they should be attacking those that the attack is meant for. It's not meant for ourselves, it's not meant for Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is doing a great work as long as I'm concerned. Simon Ekpa is trying. What he's doing, I cannot do it. Simon Ekpa is working. Even during his break, he go and broadcast. When he comes back, no moment of rest. So if you see somebody that is doing very well, you should encourage the person. You should encourage the person. This is a platform that Simon Ekpa has even built before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, Simon Ekpa always do his broadcast. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there again, you said he should give you his platform. Just like this Linda's TV show. Tomorrow you come and tell me I should give you the platform that took me years. Do you know the sacrifice I put in this platform to grow it up? You tell me to come and give you my platform so that I can work. How much will you pay me? So let us stop all these things and do the needful. My brother, I don't know if you have anything to say before we call it a day.
There's nothing much to say. All I got to say is I encourage every Biafran, wherever you are in Biafra land, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, you have to brace yourself for what is about to come. Prepare yourself for what is about to come. Freedom is not cheap. It comes with sacrifice. More sacrifice is going to come. Prepare yourself. The civil disobedient, we have to prepare ourselves. Economic sanction to the Janjaweed, it is you and I that will enforce it. Nobody will enforce it for you. And those of us who are living abroad, if you have anybody in Nigeria, any way you can give a support, give your support to them. Any way you can give your support to them. And please, Biafrans, let us stop debating about irrelevant issues. Let us stop talking about irrelevant issues. Let us be focused. Let us be focused. The only thing that matters for you and I today is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which we know will translate to the freedom of Biafra. We know that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will translate to the freedom of Biafran people. So let us focus and pursue that. Every other debate is irrelevant. You must not reply to every message. You must not answer every call. You must not respond to everybody. You must not engage in every debate. It is not everything we discuss. Let us be focused. For now, everything that has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have left in our hand. For those of us who are ardent followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, anytime you are losing it, go back and watch the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Play one of it. Before you finish listening to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one of it. Most of the messages are 2 hours, 3 hours. Before you go 30 minutes, you will have a lesson. Before 30 minutes of his message, you will learn something from it. It will encourage you to know where to go, to keep fighting on, and to let you know that Biafra is closer than before. Thank you so much, Biafrans, and may Sh0Cker The Unbr guide and protect every one of you, secure you, and also secure our children, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Sh0Cker The Unbr guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against any Biafran or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will prosper. We will all move into Biafra land with our food, worship in Biafra land, and raise the Biafra land flag together with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters. Remember, see you again next week on Saturday.
Thank you so much, my brother. His name is Chuk Survivor. He has a YouTube platform. I believe a lot of people watching me here knows him. He does programs live. I don't know if he will be doing live today. So if you have time, please endeavor to join him, watch his program. And if you are just joining me for the first time, my name is Linda. I'm Ada Biafra. You know, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped, I am not, and looking at what is happening, it doesn't give me that effrontery to be saying Ada Biafra, because if you look at what is happening, you'll be like using one eye to say, are you sure that this Biafra will come? Because a lot of people, believe me, a lot of people have given up. A lot of people, that's why you will see we'll post video. The video will not be moving like that because people think that the struggle have been sold. But I want to tell you that if you are among the people that have given hope, then you are not a man. You are not a strong person. A strong person should be perseverance. You should be persevere in anything you are doing. Nothing good comes easy. It's only bad thing that you can do. You will see it. Anything you are doing and the thing is moving freely, well, that thing is not a good thing. It's not going to help your life. But anything that gives you stress, Anything that gives you stress, that troubles you, is a good thing. So if you have given up when we post Biafra, some people write me, they call me, they said, my sister, you still there wasting your time. I'm not sure that this Biafra will come, but they have sold the struggle, they have hijacked the struggle. If you like, continue, we will not be watching. Well, I know what I believe. If Biafra should come today, I will be the most happiest person, because I am the type of person I like staying in our country. I like staying in Biafra land. There's a lot of things that I want to eat now. I don't eat it. Once you are leaving your country to another country, you are changing. You are changing your destiny. You are changing your career. You are changing your generations. You know, as I am here now, the certificate I have in Nigeria now, I can't use it here. You have to start going to school, learning another language before you can fix in society. And when you go to the class, you will see children of 16 years, 15 years. Before they will ask questions, they will answer it. You will be there moping, trying to understand their language. But thereby, when the children see you, they will be looking at you like a fool, not knowing that you are a graduate is because of the language problem. Now, your children will learn other people's language now. They will learn other people's language. Even some of them, if you bring them to your country now, they will be like, that is their second home, not knowing that that is their first home. So if you are a Biafran and you are being discouraged, you don't like this idea of Biafra coming, you are not doing good to yourself. You are sending your generation away. The children that are born here, when you take them to that country now, this present country, they wouldn't like to come back to that place. But if we should get Biafra and set it up to this international standard, such as having good road, steady light, good hospital, good food, when you graduate from school, you get work. Why not? When they come there, they see that the environment is well organized, then they would like to be there. But when you come there, the first thing you come now, mosquito will say, before you know it, there will no light, there will not be light, no water, everywhere smelling. How would they be there? So this is what we are fighting for. And I pray that Sh0Cker The Unbr should help us. I thank everybody that joined in this program. Please share, always watch my video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. This interaction section will have it every Saturday by 2 p.m. Any day I will not be live, I will be publicizing it, but as long as time is still on my side, I will keep on coming here. And when you come, you are free to call in to call your opinion. Before I say bye-bye to you, I will say this message to all Biafrans. If you know what you can do, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu really needs our help right now, especially those people that are fighting themselves, attacking themselves. This is not the right time. The people that are bringing new names, it could be good idea, but this is not the time. What we should be concentrating or focus on now is how to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. When he come out, he will tell us, I believe he will tell us how everything happens. If he decide not to talk about it, then so be it. But for now, let's stop attacking one another. Be focused, and fight for what you believe. For now, I will say thank you so much. Bye-bye until we meet again next week, Saturday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much, great Biafra. Till next week.